But yeah, and like I say, the intensity of the and how rapidly you can flip from feeling really, really good and elated and fine and great, and then literally within seconds that will just go boosh, you know, and you just hit, bang, gone. It's like you're back to devastation or whatever. And then again within the next few seconds, minutes, whatever, and that's how fast sometimes it can go. Sometimes it can be an hour or whatever. Sometimes, you know, whatever. But sometimes it's a rapid up and down. You know what I mean? And like I say, for a good while, it wasn't this sharp marked difference. You know what I mean? From like up here to down there within, you know, I'd managed to get that nice sort of balance between the ticking over nicely, where everything was, emotions were regulating in a more manageable way, in that sense. But I think in the last 18 months, particularly in this last 18 months, it feels like my diagnosis is trying to reassert itself or something. It feels like I've gone backwards. Like I say, there's something I was gonna. I don't know if I should mention this. No, I'm not gonna mention it. No, I don't know. And one of the reasons why I was reluctant to mention it, well, there's a few reasons really, but one of the first reason that popped into my head was because I've kind of made... No, it was a video... Never mind. It'd be too long to explain it. Suffice to say, I replied in a comment to some video, and again, I won't go into the big explanation of it, and I talked about my self-harming history to some degree in relation to a particular video. Anyway, it was amazing how many comments I kept on getting back. Some people liked the comments, some people were... But the last few comments I was getting back from this was very derogatory and very negative. One even turned around, and it's like, you see, and again, you see, that's something else. As I've said before, maybe not in the videos necessarily, but I tell you now, you can punch me in the face, you can kick the shit out of me, right? They will go away. That'll go away. I'll forget that after a while. Do you know what I mean? You know, it'll stay with me a little, what's the name, but eventually that... You call me a name, you say something hurtful to me, that will stay with me for a hell of a lot longer. You know? It just will. That's just, you know... And because I'm thinking back to it now, and I'm thinking... And I can actually feel the actual... And it's almost like a physical pain. It's almost like a physical pain as to that person's words, what they said back to me in response to the thing and the comment I made in response to the video that I watched. And when that person turned around and said, like, you know, I can't remember verbatim, and I'm paraphrasing, I presume, but because I can't remember exactly what, but something on the lines of like, oh, why don't you just get you're just attention seeking, and you know, get your attention seeking ass. Though the attention seeking bit was definitely there, but I can't remember the other rest of the comments, and it was about, I don't know, 4 or 5 lines long, I think. I'm not going to look for it now, and in fact I think I've deleted the whole thing anyway, because like I kept on getting, every now and again I'd go on the thing, I'd look on my page, and all of a sudden there'd be a notice there, and I'll think like, oh, it's a comment from one of my videos, but it wasn't. It was a comment relating to this flipping video comment that I made on this other video, and as I say, you know, and it just got too much after a while, because it was like, I don't know, 10 months ago or more when I put this flipping comment on there, and it was like, I'm not really interested. It was just a silly video. It was an abandoned video that they found all this blood in it and all this. And like I say, I don't want to go into that. And you know, I'm not interested in all that. As I said, the point is that this person made that comment, and I know more often than not, I don't buy into these comments these days. To be quite honest, it is becoming more and more like water off a duck's back to some degree. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's still bloody, you know, will you know, get under my skin, but not to the same degree. But for some reason, this particular comment did. And so I became much more sensitive to it. And so that's the main reason why at this moment I'm reluctant to mention the thing I was about to just mention. And I've just gone into this big monologue, and now you've completely lost where I was taking you, haven't you? Because you're thinking like, hang on, you were going to say something, and then you stopped and you went into this big monologue about the comment you made on this video and how it hurt you and da-da-da-da-da. And by the time I'd finished telling you all that, you've now completely forgotten why I was originally telling you it. Sorry, I know. I am not the clearest. Sorry, that's annoying. Hang on. Sorry, let me just. Oh, damn it. Sorry, I don't like it going blue like that. I don't like that blue screen. God. Oh God, how absolutely fickle and quirky and odd as people we can be. Right, anyway, so yeah, so I guess, like I say, I'm kind of reluctant to mention this but a part of me is kind of like, because I've not mentioned this at all, and you know, and I don't want people thinking like this guy was thinking, oh yeah, you're just doing it for attention, da, da, da. You know, if I was doing it for attention, I mean, I wasn't even. I made the comment because I genuinely believed what I was saying initially in that comment. But then there was lots of other comments which were more constructive criticism of my comment, which I accepted. Do you know what I mean? I was quite happy with those because they weren't personal and they weren't like attacking me. They were just pointing out stuff that maybe I wasn't. And like I say, if I'm wrong about something, I'm quite happy. And if you do it in a way that's a constructive criticism, do you know what I mean? And just point stuff. Well, actually, if you look at it, you know, I'm quite happy. You know, oh right, okay, fair enough. You know, oh, great, fantastic. But you know, you just be nasty about it. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, like I say, so I wasn't doing it for attention. I genuinely believed in the comment I was making at that point, and I thought I was actually right at that time to make that comment to try to illustrate, and in fact, actually, you see, this is why I didn't want to get into this, because it's convoluted and it's complex. It's not straightforward, and you know, I'm trying to explain it to you, and it might become more clear as mud than anything. Anyway, so I was responding to another comment. I made an initial comment on this video, right? And then somebody asked me, because of the comment I made, they were curious. How do you know that blood doesn't look like that? Blah, 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 whatever the heck the comment was. And I felt obliged to respond to their comment because they appeared to be genuinely curious as to why. Well, why would you make that? I'm really curious as to why you said blah 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 blah. And so I thought, okay, I'll tell you why. Because of my own personal experiences around self-harming. And like so anyway, so and like I said, this went on for a good while. I mean, it was, I don't know, 10 months, maybe more, maybe nearly, I don't know. I haven't got a clue. A year. It was a good while ago when I made this comment anyway, right? So, and as I said, throughout the whole of that year, I've constantly got responses of either people plus one in my comment, or asking me a question about my comment, or being really, really negative towards my comment. And more often than not, I would respond to their comment, you know, especially if it was I didn't necessarily respond to the negative comments because I knew that I'd end up getting into something I didn't necessarily want to get into. So I ignored the more negative ones, but I did respond to the ones that were curious or were positive or whatever, or pointed things out to me that I hadn't thought of. So I thought it was only polite to respond back to that person and say, oh right, I hadn't thought of it that way, da 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 da. So anyway, see, I've gone into a massive long monologue now about all this. when really, like I said, the whole point was I wanted to say something that I haven't said. Now,